Hello photographers, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thank you so much for checking me out, and I hope you stay a while. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about workflow tips and the best photography apps for your business. I am an owner of my own photography business, and with that I have several different apps that I use mainly on my computer but also on my phone. So I'm going to share with you those apps that I use in my business today. I have 7 different apps that I'm going to share with you that helps me out in making sure I'm as efficient in my photography workflow as possible. So let's get into today's video. And before we do, if you are new here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and a notification bell so you'll be notified when all of my photography videos are released. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continuous support. Now let's get into today's video. So as I go through the different apps, I am going to share with you the different apps and how they look briefly up here on the side. So if you want to see what it looks like, it will be there. So the first app that I use when I come back from a photo shoot is Adobe Lightroom. I use this to kind of organize my photos, go through photos to see that if I like them or not, like the client will never see those that I do not like. And that's usually because I'm doing lighting tests. They don't need to see the lighting test. They just need to see the actual photos. They need to see their final photos. So I go through that, I crop them, I just do quick lighting adjustments in Lightroom, organization, and rejection, deletion of photos. After I do that, I export them and download them to JPEGs as proofs for them to go through and select to pick, I believe, 15 different photos for them to have additional editing done to them. Once I finish going through the photos in Adobe Lightroom and I export them to JPEGs, I upload them to Pixieset. I currently use Pixieset, and Pixieset has came a long way. I remember Pixieset a long time ago is not what it is today. And in Pixieset, they have a lot of different features within the software, but one feature that they have is client galleries. So you can upload your galleries, you can have different features in there. So I can have different folders, I can have passwords. They can download the photos in batch, or they can download single photos. Just so many different things that can connect to the client. I can schedule emails to send out. I can send them invitations to their gallery. Just a wonderful place to kind of house everything inside of Pixieset. So I upload those photos from Lightroom into a proofs folder. And from there, they are able to go in and favorite their photos that they want edited. Also, after I finish the edited photos, the final photos, I will come back and add another folder for edited so they can see the difference between the proofs and the edited photos, and they can download them there as well. And also I can put a time frame for how long the gallery will stay available. I always allow for clients to have 90 days to download their photos in online storage. And after that, I may or may not have your photos anymore. So definitely download them, okay? Okay. Now, the next software that I use is Adobe Photoshop. Photoshop is used for a lot of manipulation. Like, say I need to remove a person that just walked in the background of one of my client's photos. Or maybe I want to make the client a little bit more brighter than the background. Or maybe the client has things on their face that they want removed. Or maybe the client says, hey, my stomach is a little too bulgy in this photo. I can do all of those things and more in Photoshop. And so that's what I use Adobe Photoshop for, is really for photo manipulation, not for those light edits that I do in Lightroom. Hey, it's called Lightroom, right? Photoshop is definitely a shop to manipulate photos for the client. Next up, I use WeTransfer. So this website I use actually for my editor. I do have an editor that I use for editing of photos that aren't like really artistic, I would say. So if it's something like I'm going out and I'm taking photos in the city and I'm presenting those to the tourism board or something, I'm not having the editor edit them. I'm editing those photos. And usually with the editing of photos, if it's product photography or event photography, I'm always editing those photos. But when it comes to my lifestyle portraits, sometimes I am doing a lot of photo shoots for lifestyle portraits at a time, and I have other commitments like, hey, YouTube, I have multiple channels, I have a full-time job, I have a lot of different commitments. So I can't always edit all of the photos for my lifestyle portrait photography clients. So with that said, I do have an editor, and I use WeTransfer as a great way to transfer securely and in bulk and large files to my editor for them to edit and send back to me. Now they actually send the photos back to me through Dropbox, which is also a great resource as well if you do not want to use WeTransfer. Both of them have free options to an extent, but I've been using WeTransfer for years and I haven't had a problem saying, hey, you can't send this many files anymore, or like there hasn't been a cutoff for using WeTransfer. Next up, as a photography business owner, I do have my own website. I manage my website through Wix. I know some people don't really care for Wix because you do have to do a little bit more of creation with Wix, but I love it for housing my photography portfolio. I do have other things on my website, you know, for travel, the environment, and a section about me, but I have a portfolio that I update probably every single month with new photos where it showcases my lifestyle portraits, my events, product, as well as my landscape photography work. It is definitely crucial as a photographer to have a place to store your portfolio, such as a website. Next up, as a business owner, actually as any business owner, you should have a way to track your financials immediately and as quickly as possible. I use self-employed QuickBooks to track my transactions. So actually my QuickBooks is connected to my financial accounts, like my bank account. So when things do go through either income or expense, it automatically uploads to QuickBooks, and I just have to go in and review the items so I don't forget that a transaction happened. It's automatically doing it through QuickBooks. I do track it on a weekly basis and making sure I have the notes and tags correct. Also, I'm able to remove any personal expenses, but I do not commingle my business and personal. I have different credit card and a different bank account just for my business. Also, with QuickBooks, I'm able to track my mileage when I go to client engagements, whether lifestyle portrait shoots, events, whatever it may be. I have that to automatically track my mileage, which is something else I have to go in and review on a weekly or better a daily basis, because you tend to forget as days go on when I'm moving about. This is always tracking my mileage, so sometimes I may be driving for personal reasons, so I do have to exclude those from my QuickBooks tracking, and this is something that helps me with my taxes when I file them at the end of the year. Now, the last thing that I use is an app specifically for my phone, as I do post photos on social media from time to time, so Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. I do post photos to show people my work. So it's another place where people can actually go and review my work if they don't want to go to my website for my portfolio. You go, give people options. There's always different discussions on if you should have a watermark or not on your photos. So I do use an app called Watermark when I really want to watermark my photos. You can change how much people can see it. It could be bold, it could be faded, it could be all types of things. It could be in the middle of the photo, it can be in the corner, wherever you want the watermark to be. But it's nice to have that option if you really want to watermark your photos. When I go to share them on social media, I have that app to use it. And it is a free app on my phone. So I really hope you enjoyed these workflow tips and the apps that I use for my photography business. If you have any questions about any of these programs that I use for my photography business, please be sure to ask them down below. And if you use any other apps for your photography business, let me know that as well down below in the comment box. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It is free for you to do so and helps me provide more and better content to you in the future. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks, because you never know who may be wanting to start their own photography business. And if you're interested in really supporting my business, you can go and purchase a print from my photography store at keytoexplore.darkroom.com. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are. Bye.
Yeah.